All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol BNGO, Bionano Genomics Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So I did some digging, and before we look at our new resistance and support levels, I did some digging on Bngo institutional ownership, and this is what I could find here on MarketBeat. If anybody finds anything else or sees anything else, you're more than welcome to share it down below to notify me and also let other investors know about this, right? I really appreciate that. Remember, it's not just my voice in the videos. Everyone has a voice here in the community here with Invest for Tomorrow. So I was seeing an Virtue Financial LLC, and if anybody's familiar with this financial institution, I'm not, bought in the 11th of December, which was about a couple weeks ago, and they bought a lump sum here of 252,000 shares basically. So when you look at it, JP Morgan bought about 1/4 of that, and then we have others taking larger stakes, even SIO Capital Management, right, 1.5 million, and we have other investors back in 2018, but I'm talking about, recently from like last year to this year. We don't really know if they've sold, but right now in the last couple of months, which is the most interesting, there has been some institutions loading up, right? Not large amounts, but they were taking a stake. And I want to see if there's anything updated. Now, there's rumors that ARK Invest is going to take a shot at this, right? Because this has to do with genomics or genomics, if you want to pronounce it the right way. And they have an ARK Invest ETF centered around this. So I'm looking forward to see this be added due to the rumors. We need to watch carefully. And once that gets added, that might be a big sign of opportunity. Now, the stock itself, when you zoom out, it's never been this high in the whole last year. Like, the highest that it reached was $1 and some change, and even the beginning of the year, it hasn't reached these highs since 2019. Now, in 2019, it started to run like this back in October and November. So we want to see really what's making this run and what institutions are really taking a stake at it, and what innovations or technology, right, BNGO stock is actually introducing to its markets and its innovation of product to the consumers and to everyone in this market. So it's very important to keep that in mind. Now, I'm not saying that because of that past behavior it's just a run and it's gonna fall, but we want to watch it carefully. Now, it's been a tremendous run from yesterday to today, and from the last two previous days, right? From obviously on Monday, right, leading into Tuesday, what a run. And then from yesterday to today, there's been a significant run, but this has been the most significant fall, right, as it ran up. I found that interesting. That could be profit taking and uncertainty, but for now, I'll just call it profit taking because it's not showing any signs of just collapsing. Once there's fear and uncertainty kicked in, it could collapse. Now, from the comments that I saw from yesterday and I've seen, a lot of people are feeling bullish and confident about this. And one of the reasons why I like doing stock chart analysis is because the charts quiet down the noise. Obviously, you want to know what's going on around it, but the charts really narrow things down for you. Like, we can see here how yesterday's resistance turns out to be today's support, right? Resistance was broken through, turned into a support, and once that support was actually, right, crossed and turned into a support, we took off. Now, every single time a resistance is broken through and turned into a support, it doesn't signify it's going to take off, but for the most part, this is what tends to happen. The charts speak for themselves. They pulled further away, right, the bulls, from the 50-day moving average, bringing it up. But when the bears reappeared, look what's happening. The 50-day moving average doesn't stop. It starts catching up to the price. So we got some important numbers to look at now based off of today's chart and movement. But right now, things don't look like it's collapsing. This could just be some profit taking. It's been quite a bullish run, from last week leading into this week. And this week kind of is a short week. So we want to keep that in mind as well. But anybody that wants to tune in on, sharing some information or news that they're aware of that I might overlook or piggyback off of what I'm stating, you're more than welcome to. But I'm going to be looking at ARK Invest and their ETFs to see if they add this in one of their ETFs, if it's going to be in the same, right, ARKG, or could it kind of find its way into another ETF like we saw Nano Dimensions, right? It's now in ARKW when it was before in ARKQ only, and now it's in both. So I find that interesting. We want to pay close attention to this, and I want to see if ARK Invest starts investing in this. The rumors are out there. We need to see. So let's see our new resistance and support based off the last couple hours of the day here, and then we're going to talk about this a little bit broader. I want us to see here how important these numbers are. So resistance is very important, but the most important resistance is right here where it kind of leveled off before it fell. Obviously the highest point, 297, is a point of reference to breakthrough, but one of the most important ones is up here at 268. Reason being is because that's the highest point before it started to fall and where the bears actually started to appear. So 268 needs to be broken through first and can signify, once it's turned into a support, potential to start to work its way up to newer highs. Now the 50-day moving average is 165. I'd write that down. Very important number. Since this is catching up to the price and we're in a tug of war right now with a slight dip and a slight momentum here from the bulls, we want to know this number moving forward to see if the bears are reappearing to take over and dominate the chart, or are the bulls actually losing control here, right? Or could the bulls continue this momentum and actually gain control back from it falling any lower? So very important. Right now, we're in bullish territory. So we got some things to keep in mind here, that even though we're in bullish territory, this can change. This continues moving up closer to the price, and if the bulls don't break through newer highs, this could get much more difficult for the bulls to maintain control. So our support here is 187. If 187 gets broken through, we want to watch this very carefully. That's the lowest point reached in the day. And if it gets broken through, we have a very small window between 187 and 165 to see if the bulls are trying to reappear to gain control and bring this back up and build momentum, or are the bears tearing this one down and getting closer to their goal, which is crossing the 50-day moving average to end up in bearish territory. So we want to watch the behavior of this stock very carefully. Now, most important point after 268. So 268, I think, in my personal opinion, is way more important than just this support level here, because 268 will let us know that this is pulled significantly away from the 50-day moving average, turning it into a support, and the bulls crossing it shows us that a lot more momentum has been built and that momentum can possibly continue. Now, 228 is kind of an indicator for us investors to know that this is continuing to move up, but then we have to see how it reacts if it turns 228 into a support, and how it's going to react between 268 and 228 on its way up. So very important, but 228 needs to be broken through. 268 is much more important in my eyes in the way I look at this chart right now and with the volatility, but 228 needs to be broken through by the bulls. They need to turn that into a support to pull away from the 50-day moving average and not allow the bears to continue to tear this down. Now keep in mind that breaking through 228 and turning it into a support but not making it much further up can still allow this to work its way up. So breaking through 228 and then kind of sitting there, at some point the 50-day moving average could actually end up above the price. So we want to keep in mind that it needs to continue, and that's why 268 is much more important in my eyes as a resistance level. But in the last couple hours of the day, and in this slight momentum working its way up, 228 right now is the first resistance level that they need to break through, turn into a support so they can start that staircase effect and work their way up to newer highs and newer resistance levels, right? And excuse my drawing is terrible, but I show the illustration as much as I can, or as best as I can, so that you guys can visualize what I'm trying to say. So 228, very important. I want every single investor to be aware of that. But once 228 is crossed, the true resistance level, I see the bulls having a little bit of difficulty reaching, but once they reach it and turn it into a support and pull away from it, is 268. So keep that in mind. I hope that with these points of reference and cues, you guys are well equipped for tomorrow's trading day. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.